Good morning. It is a brand new day and another amazing edition right here. Don't worry, I'm not alone in the studio. There are a lot of people here with me. But then again, we're still basking in the euphoria of International Women's Day. And we're here for another great edition of Wake Up Nigeria. For as long as we have been doing this job, we definitely do take some lessons, right? And we know that whatever it takes, Nigerians love good food, good music, good company. And definitely on this show, Wake Up Nigeria, that's actually what we give you and even more. Okay, so of course, another amazing edition of the Wake Up Nigeria Wonder Woman Wednesday. So definitely make sure you keep it locked right here because we have a whole lot packed for you. MM is looking stunning in the kitchen, and of course, she has a guest with her. MM, how are you doing?
This morning with us is
Oh my gosh, I'm excited.
Are you? I can tell. It's good to be here, right?
Yes, I hope you're hungry.
I am, and lucky for me, we're going the healthy way this morning. I can't wait. I
Health
can't
is
wait.
wealth.
Yes.
Yes.
Good to be here. Good to have you with us.
Thank you. I'm excited. Thank you.
Okay, and as we like to say, when women come together, great things happen. So something great is about to happen this morning. My name is Winfrey Daniel Cole, and remember, you can stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. Send in your comments using the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and download the TVC app on both the Android and iOS stores. Also, check us out on YouTube at TVC Entertainment for old episodes of the show. Okay, so this morning, Dr. Kalu Maju, who is a medical doctor at Queen's Wellness and Naturopathic Center, will definitely be with us talking on the topic intermittent fasting, yay or nay. We all know that this is actually very important when it comes to women because we actually like to keep fit at all times. Ugochi Anosike is a singer who started out making covers of popular songs but now finds inspiration in the struggles, hustles and bustles on Nigerian streets. She will be putting on a performance for us later on today on the show. And of course, on relationship, we'll be joined by a certified mental health counselor with a specialization in relationship and marriage counseling, Olaiwola Abiola. He will be discussing gender roles in relationships. And right after that, it's on to a conversation with actor, filmmaker, model, and presenter OK Jude. He's known for his role in African Magic's Delama and Danny TV's Love Like This.
It's 100% landed us. Cool it down.
Happy International Post. Well, actually, it's the whole month anyway. So,
And it should actually be the whole year, actually.
Yeah, so the theme for this year's Women's Day event is breaking the bias. And yesterday, TVC Communications, in partnership with the TVC Women's Network, put together an event. And we had a few panelists who came in to talk about breaking the bias as a woman. And it was quite an interesting conversation. We had fun. People won gifts. Yes, it was a slew of events, and I enjoyed
the one you were
every
preaching
bit of
at?
it. I wasn't preaching.
Just yes or no?
I was just basically,
Was it the way you were preaching?
I wasn't preaching. It
was
was
what?
just, my way of,
You were speaking the
So
truth
I
being a
hosted
woman
the event and I
with
moderated
grace.
the session. And it was, so, sometimes we women need those reminders. How often do we as women remind each other of how, strong and phenomenal we are in the things that we are, we do. Even if you're not doing anything, being a woman on its own is a lot. And I feel like we don't celebrate ourselves as much as we should. So we hear these things from the men, they compliment us often, but it would also be nice for us to also hear it from each other.
Yeah, very true. I mean, it's amazing. I love the fact of how, this year, a lot of people and brands especially went out to actually celebrate the International Women's Day. I remember, seeing a video of different women dressed in different career uniforms, taking stands at different important spots in Lagos. And I know one of our people Lush literally sponsored one of those things, but then again, it was actually there. And it was actually really interesting because they actually had really nice notes, really talking about how I'm a woman and I will not vow and things like that. Very interesting.
Hello and welcome to the news update. I am Kelly Egiga. Let's tell you that the link of the second Niger Bridge will be completed in April as planned, and the project, which has 3 phases, will be fully ready for inauguration by President Muhammadu Buhari before the end of this year. Now, those were the words of the Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, during the inspection of the project. Ikenna Mechi has more.
Started in 2018, the second Niger Bridge and its link roads stretch to about 46.9 kilometers, connecting Asaba to Onitsha and divided into 3 phases. As the delegation of the federal government arrives, they first inspected work at the Owerri Road interchange, then to the 1.63 kilometers dual carriage bridge, which the Minister of Works, his Labour counterpart, and the Chief of Staff to the President walked through to show the extent of completion. The successful walk across the second Niger Bridge clearly shows the advanced stage of work here as we count down to the completion date, which is later this year. The Chief of Staff to the President is happy with the level of work done.
Anybody who has any doubt that President Muhammadu Buhari has love for the people of the Southeast, let them come to this bridge. And they will see the kind of impact that it's already making and it will make when it is commissioned.
So plus or minus a few T's to cross and I's to dot, this project will be completed this year.
Seeing is believing, but this one, walking is believing more. On the bridge, so we ask you to believe more.
Next stop is the toll station at the Asaba end of the project, which affords the minister to talk about the national toll policy.
We've already gotten Federal Executive Council to approve the national tolling policy. So this is going to be consistent with what we see across the world. We are also looking at providing way bridges along the corridor so that there's compliance with axle load. Well, this will be delivered on the best examples possible while we're upgrading others to meet those examples.
If the pace of work continues as it has been, the heavy gridlock always experienced here, which is at worst during the Christmas period, will soon be a thing of the past when the bridge is inaugurated later this year. Ikenna Amechi, TVC News, Asaba.
Now to other stories. The national leader of the All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, has celebrated the Vice President, Yemi Osinbajo, wishing him a happy and fulfilling birthday as he turned 65 on Monday. Asiwaju Tinubu acknowledged Professor Osinbajo's positive role both as deputy to President Muhammadu Buhari and as then Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General in Lagos, while Bola Tinubu was governor. The former Lagos governor prayed God to grant the Vice President continued good health, peace and well-being for himself, his family, as well as other Nigerians, wherever they may be in the world. And that's a wrap on the news update. I'll be back on the other side of 8 with more stories. I am Kelly Egiga. We urge you to keep it here on TVC for the rest of Wake Up Nigeria. Good morning.
Welcome back. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria, and it's time for the headlines. And I'll be starting today with the Daily Sun. Umahi talks tough after court sack, vows not to vacate office, heads Bill Court deputy. 16 lawmakers also sacked. Protest jubilation in Abakaliki, and we have that on page 6. And right at the top, beside the masthead, we have second Niger Bridge ready next month. Federal government. And going to the very bottom, we have family of murdered BRT passenger picks holes in driver's account, appeals to Buhari Sanwo-Olu for justice. And right at the strip below, we have Osun PDP primaries at Adeleke Babayemi emerge factional candidates. We have that on page 27. And that's all I'll be taking for the Daily Sun. And I'll be moving quickly on to the Nation. And for the major headlines, we have APC soft landing for Buni as Sani Bello consolidates. Yobe Governor. And at the very top, we have International Women's Day, protest over rejected gender bills. And that's all I'll be taking.
Yes, you'll be. Join us.
Do you know what I just saw now?
What?
So I made a tweet, and somebody is saying, you that was saying all kind of nonsense on Wake Up Nigeria on the matter yesterday.
Oh, wow. What matter?
We were talking about the BRT issue.
Oh, wow.
He said, go back and watch so you can have peace.
Wow.
Wow. My Lord and my God.
Wow.
Very
on there. All right.
Anyway, that's not the focus this morning.
Yeah.
I know we were talking about childcare.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially regarding this whole trending issue over the last few weeks. But I just wanted to chip in something, a few days rather. Something that happened to someone I know very well. So she got a nanny, and the nanny has actually always been the boss in the house. But for the sake of her children, she had been tolerating the lady's excesses, believing that at least she's helping me take care of my children, no biggie. And then yesterday, she says she had to tell the nanny, thank you for coming. Because it got to a point where she would hang her underwear, nanny would remove it and put her on there.
Wow.
She would tell the nanny to do stuff. The nanny would first sit down, and when she's ready is when she will get up.
Wow.
She will give the nanny instructions. The nanny will look to the ceiling like, are you talking to me? You know, that kind of, like it now became a case of as if they were sharing the same husband, which incidentally they are not, because the husband is rarely around.
Wow.
Okay, so it's important that we also establish this story that is, you know,
the old nanny thingy, the old childcare, in fact, not even nanny, because I know it's about the incident of the child that was taken to daycare. You tell us about it.
Okay, so this lady tweeted a few days ago about how someone she knows, or a friend actually, has to resume work by 7. And then she'll have to drop her child at the creche by 6 a.m. So on this on this day, the creche didn't open on time, so she had to drop the baby with a security guard so that she could meet up with the staff bus that leaves by 7 a.m. And it sparked some sort of outrage on Twitter. Everyone kept raving, she's not a mother, everyone had something to say. But most of all...
No, that was after. The one of the leaving her child with the guard.
Yeah.
Is after. What actually started this whole thing was that baby that died in the creche.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't? That was the background. So apparently, a woman dropped her child in the morning, went off to work, came back in the evening to pick up her child, and it was the body that was waiting for her. Wow. So that was what started it. That people now started sharing different stories and all. That was the genesis.
Ooh, wow. Oh, I didn't know that. Anyways, so what actually got my attention was the backlash. This woman who dropped her child with a security guard. The backlash she got, you know, after, you know, from the conversation on social media. And I'm like, I think we all like to, you know, judge people. We're always quick to lash out at people without actually, you know, we've not felt it. We don't know what this woman is going through. There are a lot of women that actually have to do this. There are a lot of organizations that cannot afford to provide creche or daycare activities or daycare, you know, centers, you know, to cater to mothers, new mothers, you know. Now, the question should be, which of course I feel that what people should be addressing is extended maternity leaves for mothers.
Is maternity leave ever enough?
Because that's what I'm saying.
When it's
there should
6
be,
months,
yes.
Is it enough? So my issue is even from pregnancy. No, babe, this thing is serious. I know somebody who was working in a bank. Her baby had died in her womb for over a month.
She wasn't going for
the baby had even started rotting, yes.
Oh, wow.
But she didn't have the time
to go
for antenatal.
True.
So, and you know, she was so busy, she didn't even notice the whole... That's why I tell people, when you're pregnant, even if you cannot do certain things which are important, at least get a pregnancy app. So you can even like...
monitor.
There's no milestone and everything.
Activity and
she
all that stuff.
she just knew she was sharp pregnant, and you know, being that I don't know, because it was probably heavy in her tummy, so she was very like, this child is giving discomfort. There was no child anymore. By the time they discovered, she collapsed at the office, was rushed to the hospital. They said let them check. maggots.
Oh, wow.
You're joking.
I'm not kidding.
Oh, wow.
In the process of evacuation, they should clear everything. She lost her life.
Oh my God.
And you see, there are some companies that will tell you that which maternity leave, are we the ones that impregnated you? These things come from pregnant. That's why I'm like, we need to go to the roots.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people actually, you know, normally they have 3 months. So what they try to do is work till the very last.
Which is risky, but you don't have a choice.
Yeah,
no, it actually depends, really, because there are some women whose bodies can take it. I can, you know, throughout my, for both pregnancies, I didn't have any issues at all. So I was able to work, able to. But then we all know our expected dates of delivery, which I feel that every woman should, you know, monitor. You already know it, so you know when you should know when your body needs that rest, and then take the required leave that you need.
Many women are ambitious. They wish to do that, but they can't.
Yeah, but if your body cannot handle it, for there are some women whose bodies cannot handle it, cannot take it.
Women,
but then they still keep, you know, pushing and thriving. So maybe because they are also breadwinners of their homes and all of that. So it's important for those monies to keep coming in because they need to cater to their families. But then we put too much pressure on ourselves as women, to be honest.
Yes. It's part of what we were talking about
yesterday.
You want to get your life perfect. Yes. Yesterday we had a very interesting International Women's Day.
We talked about it earlier,
today. So like, these are things that we need to talk about. Because I remember one of these topics where the National Assembly issue, where the bill was turned down. A bill that could actually let women ask for things they actually need. Look at the price of sanitary towels in the market, for goodness sake. More people are using tissue paper now. Now, price of tissue paper too has gone up.
Everything has gone
At the end of the day, you will end up going back to 1923, where you use clothes and then you wash it.
So I also feel that the federal government has a lot to do in terms of also helping to enable women and mothers. Do you understand? So in the case of maternity leaves, which of course not just maternity leaves, parental leave, it should be a priority because it's also important for economic development. It also helps to aid, you know, lower infant mortality rates. So it's 3 months, 6 months, there should be enough time, there should be ample time for women to focus, or both parents actually, to focus on the birth of a child. There are not a lot of parents or families actually have that have the opportunity of having mothers coming over to help out. Some women have to do it all alone.
There are so many disadvantages, Seth. How about companies that will sack a woman once she gets married or gets pregnant?
That's another
that they cannot take, they cannot afford to give her maternity leave. There's so many issues.
I mean,
so many.
Before and after.
But I feel like the government also needs to find a way to also help to regulate, you know, put policies that would also help and enable the woman generally, as a mother, as a single woman, because we are not also really now the single woman, so don't think, oh, now no. But like, yeah, so as a woman generally, even menstrual period, let's not even forget menstruation, the stress that one has to go through just to menstruate. Then, all right, we have to go on a quick break now.
Let's move on. We'll take this break and be right back. We're all about nutrition right now, and to do justice to that this morning is Dr. Kalu Mmaju. He is a medical doctor at Quincy Wellness and Naturopathic Center, and today he will be taking on the popular topic of intermittent fasting, rather. Yay or nay? Great to have you in the studio with us this morning.
Thank you.
Okay, so we will let you lead us to the decision of yay or nay. But first, tell us what intermittent fasting is all about.
Okay. Happy International Women's Day, by the way.
Thank you very much. Yes, we're still in the month for women.
Yeah, sure. So, and you guys are like God's loveliest creatures. So, you know, I just...
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, intermittent fasting, just as the word implies, intermittent means you do it now and then later.
Okay.
So there's a break. Yeah. So intermittent fasting basically is just taking a break of calorie intake.
Taking a break of calorie intake.
Yeah. And then, of course, basically food is the way you get your calories. So then you stay away from food, and, you know, that's like intermittent fasting.
You stay away from food. So how does it go? How do you run it?
Well, so for different people and, you know, and different reasons why we fast. Because a lot of people would do it for, say, to lose weight, yeah? And so they stay away from food for a certain period of time in the hope that at the end of the whole fasting period, they would have lost some weight. But that's true. It helps anyways to do it that way if you're trying to lose weight. But for those that, for the religious people too, you know, where they're thinking, yeah, we need to, because the Bible says to fast, you know, most religious practices, the monks fast, you know, they're like, okay, let's stay away from, it's like a form of discipline. You know, you try and keep yourself from things that you would really love, you know, and want to do. So that's like, that's also a reason why people fast. So basically how they carry those out is there are people who do, say, time-based fasting. They work with the circadian rhythm. So they say, okay, from 6 in the morning to like, say, 6 p.m., let's not eat. Then you can break your fast afterwards.
But can it work the other way around? I've always wondered that it's 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. fast.
Yeah, because the monks
Because I would have said night time is when you should avoid food, so your food can digest during the day. Wouldn't it have been better to be 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.? And then you can eat as much as you want all day long. Exactly.
So it depends on, because they're not doing it because they want to lose weight. They're doing it because, I mean, it's for the whole religious practice thing. And probably in the night you're sleeping, so you're not doing anything. So that's when you should eat. In the day, if you eat in the day, there's no effect. There's no, to them, there's no fasting. Yeah, because. But to you, as the expert, is there really fasting if you decide to do 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.? Yeah, there's actually fasting. It's actually fasting? Yeah, because it's time-based. When you eat initially, after, like, say, 4 hours, your body must have used up all the available glucose. And then, you know, it starts to go to the reserves. And then try to break down. So it doesn't matter if it's like morning or afternoon. What matters is you give your time. As long as that time has elapsed, your body goes into reserve and starts breaking down things, you know, to produce energy for the body. Now, you did say it is great for weight loss, but then you mentioned just a short while ago glucose. Is it also good for people with, you know, high sugar level that are trying to reduce their sugar levels, or what are the other benefits of intermittent fasting besides trying to lose weight and, of course, the religious factor? Yeah, so the whole, because the American Diabetes Association even recommends that you do, that you fast. That you fast generally, okay? Yeah, because if you reduce the amount of calories you're getting in, obviously the currency for energy exchange in the body is glucose. So if you're not taking in enough, if you're not taking in a lot of calories, your body will cope better with whatever glucose is available. So if you have issues with like high sugar and all, it automatically helps to fix that problem. Okay. One thing though is that if you overdo it, because like I said, at some point your body would start to look for other sources of energy. Exactly. That's what I was going to ask, but go ahead. Then lactic acid. So all those things now, like the lactic acid and all those other fatty acids that might now become the new fuel, will produce things that your body doesn't really need in large quantity. Yeah, so it could start to hurt you, you know. So you're trying to be smart about it, such that you do it and only get, you maximize the benefit. So you just do it to the range, like where you should, and not more. Dr. Madu, what do you recommend? If I decide, okay, I want to do intermittent fasting, be it to lose weight, I want to lose weight. Yeah, be it to lose weight. I want to lose weight. I want to look like my beautiful Winfrey. So be it to lose weight and be slim like Winfrey. What would you recommend for me fasting-wise? No, but like the thing is, sure, if you can, you start with what you're comfortable with. Because I'll tell you something. If you force yourself to fast because you want to lose weight, you will do it for a period of time. But when you give up, you go back to it, you just feel backward. It's like your store will be empty for a while. and then
you fill the pantry back.
Exactly. So you need to like work your way down. So you cut down your hours. Say you can go 12 hours without feeding. You do that for a bit. Then you change it. You gradually, because if you just wake up one morning and say, okay, fine, every day I won't eat for 18 hours or for 20 hours. How long are you going to, like, you're not used to it. Your body can't just, and when you go into all those reserve energy systems and all those things start building up, you can start to feel headache, not sleeping well, all that. Plus the religious fact. I'm actually like a religious person. So I know that the body works differently. Because how did Jesus fast for 40 days and he was just hungry?
You know that angle. Some of us, there are people that can fast 60 days, so you never can tell. But thank you so much for your time, Dr. Maja. I feel like this is a conversation that you and I are going to have to continue. Thank you so much. So for those of you considering intermittent fasting, yay or nay, you heard him. You decide yourself, okay?
We're still here to bring you the second hour or the next 45 minutes of an amazing, amazing show. It's been an excellent morning so far right here on Wake Up Nigeria. We still have so much packed just for you. My name is Winfrey Daniel Kolo, and right about now, the show definitely still goes on. So make sure you do join us. Do follow us on all our social media handles at TVC Connect on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and so much more. Make sure that you also download our app where you actually do keep up with us on the show on YouTube from anywhere you are. We have it on both the Android and the iOS stores. We still have a lot coming for you. And of course, we have Ugochi Anosike, who happens to be a singer who started out making covers of popular songs, but now finds inspiration in the struggles, hustle, and bustle of Nigerian streets. She will be putting on a performance for us later on the show. And right after that, we'll be having certified mental health counselor with a specialization in relationship and marriage counseling, Olaiwola Abiola. He will be discussing gender roles in relationships. And joining us for a conversation will be actor, filmmaker, model, and presenter, OK Jude. He is known for his role in African Magic's Delama and Danny TV's Love Like This. I have the ladies on the couch right here with me. How are you guys doing? Why are you people laughing? Eh? Why?
We cannot laugh in peace.
No, don't laugh. What's funny?
Okay, sorry.
Can you explain to me what's actually funny?
Now, there's an update on the Bamishe story, and it's a pretty sad one, to be honest. Note that you guys, talked about it yesterday, and then there's been updates on the news as TVC is reporting on the story. And so the governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, has come to say that. I remember yesterday. There were a lot of commuters that avoided taking the BRT bus because of the incident.
As a form of protest.
Yes, as a form of protest. And then there were also stories or reports of BRT drivers even protesting, the incident as well. Yes, it is. This has actually really tainted that reputation, and I'm really hoping that things can get back to normal, because even the transportation system in Lagos State is not where it's supposed to be yet. So we cannot afford to, have any sort of laxity, because if the commuters are not taking the BRT buses, it's going to put much pressure on the yellow buses.
It will even do so, because I remember someone telling me that yesterday he couldn't get a direct bus to his house or to his neighborhood, and the bus that was available, they had doubled the fare.
Price,
which is worrisome, because of course they will milk the situation.
They always take advantage
and
of
Governor
Sanwo-Olu
like is saying emphatically that if you're taking the BRT bus at night, the lights need to be on. If it's not, then you need to protest as to why it's not on.
May you not be on it before they put off the lights.
Good to see you again. You're watching the news update on TVC, and we absolutely appreciate it. I am Kelly Egiga. Now, the women of TVC Communication has joined the rest of the world in breaking barriers concerning gender. TVC, known for being a great place to work, is also ensuring to raise a balance between male and female representation at the workplace. Inioluwa Pupola has more.
The cliché, what a man can do, a woman can do better is an unpopular opinion that has created controversies amongst both gender. Many women are now standing up, speaking against discrimination and abuse, and the women of TVC Communications are joining the world in breaking the bias concerning women.
A lot of the responsibility rests with us as women. What is the narrative we tell ourselves? 1. What is the narrative we share with each other? 2. What is the narrative we share with the other gender when we think we're laughing?
Even after the rejection of gender bills by the National Assembly, women across Nigeria are still waxing strong, while noting that this is not just a gender issue, but a human one.
We're not saying that gender parity and the ethos around gender equality, it's about wanting to be men. We don't want to be men, but we're saying that, we were created the same way. We have brains.
While women face gender bias in the workplace and community, many of these issues start from their childhood.
We need to start investing in our girls from when they're small, build up their confidence, because it's not overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. Build up their confidence to the part where they can stand up, they can speak.
I want to use the 2022 International Women's Day to call for a collaboration, encouraging women to support one another, give voice to women.
TVC, known for being a great place to work, is also racing to ensure a balance between male and female representation at the workplace.
But there is a genuine willingness and desire within the organization, led by me, to increase the numbers of women that we have throughout the ranks of the company. And we keep telling all of our women, you can do it, you can rise to the next level, you can be a leader.
With the female labor force participation rate above 48% and women in leadership positions above 20%, there is still more work to be done in addressing the gender gap and ensuring equal opportunities for both men and women. Inioluwa Popola, TVC News, Lagos.
And with that, we wrap things off on the news. I am Kelly Egiga. We urge you to stick around for the rest of Wake Up Nigeria. Good morning.
Welcome back, people. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. And yes, with me in the kitchen is Uriel.
Hey, I'm excited.
Thank you for being here today. How are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I'm okay, but I want to do something easy,
Okay.
Take my time, do something easy.
I know you've been on this healthy eating journey.
I have
And you brought that with you to the show this morning.
I did.
What are you making?
Okay, so I'm just doing a quick salad, okay? And I'm using, things that are easy to get from the market. So we've got some cucumber, which is packed with vitamin A, keeps your body hydrated. We've got some tomatoes, which is brilliant for your skin.
You're really into this thing.
Yes. And then we've got some bread. You can use brown bread if you want to do the healthy. Or if you can't get brown bread, go ahead and use your white bread. Have it toasted, and I've got my seasoning. Some boiled eggs in here.
Yeah.
And,
Let's talk about the seasonings that you'll be working with.
Sure.
Okay.
So I've got my black pepper, not too spicy. It's breakfast, it's early, so you don't want to shock your body into so much pepper. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we've got some, some seasoning cube just to give it a bit of flavor. And then we've just got a bit of, I make this myself. This is my peri spice.
What's
so it's
in
got
there?
pimento. It's got a bit pimento, yes.
Okay.
It's got some dried Scotch bonnet, but just a little bit.
Okay.
And that's just about it. And we have some honey as well. I love to put honey in my salad, okay? Honey is amazing for your immune system, to give you that boost. Exactly. And then we've got some additional seasoning, which I don't think I'll be using, but you can also add some oil to it, just to bring everything together.
Okay.
A squeeze of lime.
Okay, so we're going to drizzle oil in our salad.
Drizzle a little bit of olive oil.
I'm trying to figure out what the bread is for. Like, where does it play in all of this?
Okay, so the bread, we are Nigerians, and, we need a bit of carbohydrates, okay? Because in the morning, you can't just be eating this. So
eating vegetables
on its own, but you can. But if you want something a little bit more staple, you can go ahead and add the bread with your salad, okay? So that carbohydrate is going to give you the boost in the morning,
It's going to give you that energy that you need.
Exactly, that's what we'll do. And then our protein, the eggs. If you can't get egg, you can use sardine, you can use corned beef. And, it's such a quick, healthy breakfast just to boost you and just get you
I can't wait for us to get started.
Yes.
I really like those cherry tomatoes, by the way. They're so cute.
Yes, if you use any sort of tomatoes.
Okay, so right now we are boiling our eggs. Do you have any special egg hacks that you'd like to share with us?
Do I? I really don't. There isn't a perfect way to boil eggs.
your eggs,
I
right?
remember I bought an egg cooker and I was like, okay, yeah, this is it. But
it wasn't working. Okay, so
old-fashioned.
let's get the salad ready.
Okay.
And so what are we working with? I see that you've already chopped your
I've
cucumbers.
chopped up my cucumbers, okay? Easy, okay? So we're just going to chop it. There isn't any special way to chop off your cucumber. And I've got my bowl here, okay? So I'm just going to add some of my cucumbers, well, most of my cucumbers inside my bowl. Then I'm going to go ahead now and add my tomatoes. Very easy, very simple. That's going in there. I love to cook with colour, okay?
Okay.
It's looking amazing already, right?
Actually.
Easy.
It really does.
Okay, so let's start off with our first part of seasoning, okay? So we're going to go ahead with the seasoning cubes. Just drizzle a little bit on that. Some black pepper. Yep. A little bit of our pimento.
I love it.
Just a little bit more. And that's looking wonderful already, okay? So we're going to move on to the honey. And if you have some lime or lemon, brilliant, okay?
That is just going to, you know,
my gosh.
activate all of the taste, all of those ingredients
A little
in
bit
there.
of honey going in there. Okay, that's looking nice. And I've got some vinegar as well. Yes, okay. Brilliant, okay? So we're just going to, I'm going to use the same teaspoon, just a little bit of vinegar.
That is going to just, you know, give this milk that start, that activate all those flavors. I can't wait.
You know, we're in sync. We're in sync. So I'm just gonna toss everything together. And at this stage now, you know, you just drizzle your oil if you would use your oil, your olive oil. It's looking healthy. It's got this whole Mediterranean kind of vibe, you know. So we're doing that, and our eggs are boiling. So once that's ready, we're gonna add that into the mix.
So we're chopping our eggs, our boiled eggs into
We
this,
are
right?
going to chop it up in there.
I know someone watching right now is like, ooh, boring. But hey, if you are on that weight loss journey, guys, this is an option. This is something that I think you should get into.
Quickly
I mean, if you have been following Euro's journey, you would know that she came from a what size?
I was a size
18?
16 going to 18.
Wow.
And now I'm a 12.
See that? You see that?
Commitment.
Anyways, so now that our salad is almost ready, breakfast is going to be served in a bit. We have to go on a quick break, people. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Time we're joined by certified mental health counselor with a specialization in relationship and marriage counseling, talking about Olaiwola Abiola. Today, he is discussing gender roles in relationship. That one is massive.
Massive indeed.
Especially regarding the fact that International Women's Day was just yesterday and we are in Women's Month.
Break the bias.
Break the bias, that's it. Okay, so I'm actually kind of like wondering where we can start this conversation. But you know what, let's start from the roots.
Okay.
Gender, what separates a man from a woman in a relationship?
Okay. I think it's still a good time to say Happy International Women's Day to
Thank you very
and to all
much.
the ladies.
Thank you. We
Wake Up
appreciate
Nigeria.
it.
Yeah. When we talk about gender roles and things like that in relationship, it's very, very important and very, very massive. First of all, I want to look at it from the fact that a boy child is different from a girl child. 6,500 genetic differences from a boy that differentiate a boy from a girl. You can't sweep that under the carpet. But also understand in the medieval times, it's about your wits, about how strong you are, survival of the fittest. So the ladies are left at home to take care of the children while the men go out there hunting and things like that. But we also know that humanity has since evolved. And now it's not about your physical strength. It's about your ability, your intelligence, and every other skills you're well with her generally. So there's no need per se to create any form of dichotomy or bias against women. In as much you have the capacity. These days and time, we have women that are well educated. In fact, there's a concept going on we call the future forward women. So there's no need for any kind of stereotyping that has been part of our lives as men and women over the years. And I think that's one of the things International Women's Day is all about, to let people know that women have come to stay. So it's not about human right, women right anymore. It's about human rights, because every woman is still a human being.
Okay. That, to me, that is like what we are wishing for. Now, realistically,
Okay.
Let's talk about the role of a man and the role of a woman. Because this gender equity subject has been ongoing for a very long time.
Yeah.
Many people seem to have issues with it. So many people obviously do not understand it, just as what you described now. That is actually what gender equity is, just the fact that human. Yes, everybody is human. The issue of gender is now something that comes secondary. But few people realize that that's what gender equity is all about. But then let's define each person's role. Let's start from the man. In a relationship, what is the role of the man?
Now, that's going to be very, very big, a very large one to describe in the sense that when we talk about gender, gender is a social and psychological construct. Now, so what is as acceptable as role for men in Africa definitely may not be the same in Europe, for instance. So you see that it's because human beings are evolving. Now, what we are looking at is that this gender thing comes from three perspectives. There's what they call the traditional gender role perspective, there's the transitional, and there's the egalitarian. The traditional is basically saying men should deal with things that have to do with work, go out there and fend for their living, and the woman should be because they are natural nurturers. They should stay at home and take care of the kids. But there's also the understanding that we are transitional, that these days and time, men and women are on the field. You are well educated, doing great for yourself. It will be a disservice to limit your capacity to just staying at home, especially if you so desire to pursue. If you decide to stay at home, no big deal. You know, small, that's what gives you joy. But there's also the egalitarian that believe that, look, everybody should also whatever. So for me, I believe in the transitional because as life unfolds, reality of life unfolds, there are situations where even if a woman decides to stay at home, with an agreement with her husband, and the need of the hour require that she step out there and make things happen. So for me, it's about what the man and the woman sit down together to discuss. And this is why I've always been an advocate for premarital counseling, professional premarital counseling, that before you go to tie the knot, what they have, you should sit down together and discuss what's going to be, what are you bringing to the table? What am I bringing to this table? What are my expectations? Because at the root of every conflict is unmet expectations and unmet needs. So once the guy and the lady come to the table and discuss, these are my expected, these are the things I'm expecting from you, and these are the things I'm bringing to the table, I think this would be a thing that will be resolved.
You know, love is said to be blind.
But marriage
is an eye-opener. Now, for many young couples, they feel, oh, we can manage this. We talk a lot, we are best friends, we have an understanding. When we start living together, it will be smooth running. They wish. And then, of course, and so many of these important issues are not being discussed, or they are trivialized, or they are laughed at, or they believe the other person will bend, this one believes, oh, this one will bend. To be realistic now, because, you know, you did say it's quite broad. But to be realistic, I like using that word realistic when it comes to gender issues. What is it that a woman, basic things a woman should be able to bring to the table, and basic things a man should be able to bring to the table when they are having that discussion?
First of all, I talk about self-awareness. You should know yourself. It's from that particular perspective that you attract the kind of person that is needed in your life. Most of the time, people go for the ephemerals. But when you know yourself, okay, this is the kind of person I am. I'm a go-go-go person. What kind of person do I need in my life? I need somebody that will be supportive, somebody that will believe in my vision, somebody that's we're going to have the same core value system, values and belief system that we can work together. Two can work together, I said they be agreed. So those are the things that matter. But these days and time, we are the packaging generation that people seem to pay more attention to what you have than who you are. And so these are the reasons, these are the issues to be discussed. Once you know who you are, you are self-aware, you are confident of yourself, you know your purpose, you know your passion and the things you are passionate about, and the difference you want to make in life and in generations to come, it will be easy to have such open conversation with your partner. And if a man sees a lady or a woman sees a man that knows where he's going, it's easier. The journey becomes sweeter and easier to go.
Okay, so we are still talking about the fact that for gender roles, especially in a relationship, it has to do with conversation between the man and the woman. Now we've established that. Let's now look at it from the angle of the society.
Okay.
Yes, it's easy to say, it's nobody's business what happens in my marriage. But if the man decides, I would rather be a house husband, the society will tell you that that's not normal. Meanwhile, the man is fantastic at nurturing. Because I have met men who are very good at nurturing and their wives struggle. But because of society, the woman keeps pushing herself, and then there are incidences that could have been avoided until maybe they move abroad, so that prying eyes will not affect their relationship and their marriage. So now, when we talk about this kind of situation, how can you live your lives without bothering or being influenced by the society around you?
I tell people, who are you getting married to? Are you getting married to your man or to the society?
Society is extended family too.
I know. Because that's why, you see, there are 3 musketeers for every relationship. There are major factors that can determine whether your relationship stands the test of time. Sex,
compatibility,
there's finance and money issues.
Okay.
Then third party issues. So if any relationship must stand the test of time, the man and the woman ab initio must come to the table and define what the boundaries are going to be. You are getting married. Your marriage is your marriage. My marriage is my marriage. So you must come to terms from the beginning that, look, it's about both of us. We are going to have boundaries. These are how far third parties or family members can go as far as our relationship is concerned. That's why I talk about self-awareness. If you are aware of who you are, where you are going, and you're confident about yourself, all these issues, somebody says, it will be an issue between the man and the woman, and they will now know how to manage the influence and interference of third parties.
Basically, the takeaway here is, 1, you guys decide how you want your marriage to run, or how your relationship will go, which is the first way to establish gender roles. And then, of course, learn to take out the third party. So many options that Mr. Laiwola gave us. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. We'll take this break. Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit.
Ugochi!
Bye!
Beautiful song! Thank you so much. Thank you. You really, there's a certain mood in the studio right now. Are you feeling it?
I feel relaxed. I don't even want to eat breakfast anymore. I just want to go with wherever she's going.
All right. Talking about breakfast, people, Oriel has served some already. And as you can see here, our salad is ready. And then we have put in our eggs. So quickly talk us through what you did here.
Okay, so like I said before, we've got our bread, the carbs. You can use whole wheat bread if you're trying to do the real fit fast. We've got our salad, tomatoes, cucumber, which I've drizzled with some honey, a little bit of lime juice, oil, black pepper, pimento spice, and I've added some seasoning in there just to give it a little bit of taste. And then we've got the boiled egg, which is the protein, carbs, veg.
All right, so is the proteins going into the veggies?
You can do it anyhow. You can serve it anyhow you want to, but I think I want to make it very, some people don't like things mixed, so I'm just going to display my bread, add my salad, and put my eggs on top.
So while we're doing that, let's get to it while we talk about you and your journey in the last 5 years.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Moving from heartbreaks to weight loss to... What's going on?
The heartbreak. I'm pausing there. It's okay. We're moving.
Yeah, so tell us, how's the last 5 years been for you?
Oh, the last 5 years has been absolutely phenomenal. I can't complain. I've been working, trying to get my career moving. And also, I discovered myself, with my mom being ill and everything, I had to make a lot of lifestyle changes. And that's what prompted me to go into the whole healthy eating, losing weight, and trying to be, I'm a single girl, so I have to look the best. I can't be, looking unhealthy. So, I just said, you know what? Let me get myself together, start this healthy journey, and, try and feel better and look better.
How's that been so far?
I tell you what, it's
the
been
transformation.
Hard. From almost size 18 to a 12. It's been hard because, I love food. I'm a comfort eater, when I'm busy or whatever. Sometimes...
So, we have Mary Jo who'll be joining us quickly,
Okay.
So you use food to, soothe your depression or your anxiety.
I will eat anything in my way. I will even eat the door if I'm upset. I would even eat your shirts. Don't come near me. I will eat your shirts.
I love it. I don't want to.
So food was a good thing for me, and at one point it was a bad thing for me at the same time because I was eating the wrong type of foods, and I would eat 2-3 a.m. in the morning. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was a crazy time for me. But now I'm trying to watch what I eat and yeah.
So what I really like about what you've put together is the fact that you've made ordinary, regular stuff look extraordinary.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. So this is just cucumber, cherry tomatoes, and then boiled egg. And then because you've added so much color, it's making it look like
fine dining.
Something, fine dining, like something I'm going to pay like 10,000 naira to have.
Yeah.
It's just normal bread, or you just go and buy it for how much.
Exactly.
So let's put in the eggs
It's in the little things.
Okay, let's do the eggs. You know, I'm going to put the eggs. You know, I'm going to
So let's talk about your cooking show quickly.
Okay.
What's that like? How's that going? Production?
Okay.
You know?
So I've started to do my my YouTube, and it's okay. It's hard, you know. You get into makeup, and you have to smile, you have to talk, you have to, you're trying to do this. It is difficult, but it's what I love doing. It's my passion. You know, food is my passion. So right now, I'm just enjoying myself, creating healthy recipes, also with our soups and our local delicacies. I'm giving alternative ingredients, so not using different types of oil to make your soup, your aha soup, your mono soup, your efori raw, healthy for you. That's what I'm doing. So I'm trying to open
I can
our
feel
eyes.
that passion. I can feel it even while you talk about it.
Let's just put some eggs on the side.
To give it a nice
we can just put some salads on the side as well. I love cooking with color.
So far, breakfast is almost ready. Thank you so much, Ariel, for doing this.
Oh, thank
Today,
you.
And salad is ready.
And the best part is this is going to cost you almost nothing. Yeah,
almost
minimal.
Nothing. Yeah.
Budget friendly.
So, Mary, you want to help yourself?
Help myself.
Let me get you some knives. Do you know what? I think I'm going to help you guys. Feed you guys, actually.
Okay. We want to be fed.
So I'm just going to give you a bit of bread.
Okay.
And a bit of eggs, you know. So we're just going to cut into that.
Okay, so what
I remember, while she's, getting that ready, we have to, I think, Winfrey's still on the couch. Yeah?
Hi, Winfrey. Hello. We're going to get a bit of bread and a bit of vegetables. So I can't wait for you to join us here so you can also have breakfast as well.
Not that kind of breakfast.
Yeah.
Not the one that's your mates.
Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. Winfrey.
Yay. Okay, that actually looks really colorful and juicy. I think the cherry tomatoes and cucumber and eggs, that'll be fine.
Yeah.
No cabs. Till after April.
Yeah, indeed.
All right,
thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day, and be sure to join us again tomorrow, bright and early, 7 a.m. sharp. Bye-bye.
Bye.